at long mother last. It took a while, but finally, the last episode of Jinsei that just got subbed out today, episode 13. And I'm going to give my final thoughts on it and so forth. So, if anything else, I'd like to get started. Okay, at the beginning, if I remember a long time ago, there used to be a problem with, the rigged up system, And so far to it, we see to it that the newspaper club is trying to screw things up, to think that the crowd, that the whole thing is rigged. But the president knew this was coming, and the newspaper club got disbanded, got framed out, and so forth, and that really sucked. And I just go, oh man, that's gotta stink. And then things got a little hectic here and there, and the president decides to call all the newspaper club members back, and so far to it, we find out that she's gonna play fair and square. This time, you get the most votes. She also added in about the rice tickets here and there, blah blah blah. But the only thing that the one thing that Fumi also brings up is if we win, you let us reestablish a club. She goes that's out of the question. But she called her out by saying, you're gonna run away then? And I go, oh. She goes fine. If you could get half amount of tickets or something, you get to establish a club. And so far to it, every girl managed to get as many tickets as possible. Especially Reno, at least. And so far things just gotten a little tough in the end, but there's only one winner, and that was some girl with the glasses or freckle faces who's traveling to Tokyo or whatsoever. And we see to it that the club room gets established, and we see to it that everybody at the end ends up having to have some fun here and there, and they end up pushing Reno and Akatsumatsu together, and it ends with maybe all of them together except for the president Ayano, I believe, Ayaka not being there, and that's about it. Okay, it's been a while for the series to be subbed in, and so forth, and I know I can't believe I still watch this series no matter what to the very end. You can say that I'm crazy, stupid, or a freaking weirdo for all I care, but when I watch a series, I don't drop it. You should know that. But if I were to give my final thoughts, back then I thought it was pretty nice, but later it kind of got a little boring here and there. But sometimes when it comes to the final episode, depending how they finish it, it could be a turning point, And so far, this one involves about having to gather as much units or tickets to try to reestablish the club, and eventually the club gets reestablished, and it ends on a probably lower high note. So yeah, overall, I know I had issues with it, but sometimes I'm just being bored out of my mind and so forth and so on. But I also want to give gratitude and thanks to those who's been subbing this series. I know it took you a long time, and it might have caused you a lot of trouble, and I really am grateful and thankful for what you've done up to this point. I really am. Thank you for subbing it, even though it was very hard up until now, especially when they talk real fast and the text is just really hard to read, and the way how they were talking. And yeah, I give you gratitude, and I appreciate it very greatly, and thank you. So overall, this series, well, last episode kind of gave me a little hopeful for it, but I did have some issues with it. But if I were to decide right now, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Maybe possibly lower, but I think I'll stick with the 5. Despite what it gave me and its problems and flaws, I think it went alright for me, Well, it went to an average, pretty much. Maybe. It's 5 out of 10 for me, So that's all I can say. So, expect my next review, which will be Ushimura Weta, to come up in about 30 to 40 minutes, and then after that, it will be Fate Stay Night. I'm sorry for taking so long, people, and I'll see you all in my next video, alright? This is my final thoughts, my last and final review of Jinsei, thank goodness. And that'll be about it, alright? I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you all in my next video, alright? Later, peace out, bye-bye.